Here's Chris Packham discussing the recent demonstration by Just Stop Oil on Stone Henge. I think he gives a well-reasoned and thoughtful answer, moving on to Taylor Swift and private jets. But what are your thoughts? Please leave them in the comments below.
Was the Just Stop Oil protests at Stone Henge one of their protests and campaign missions that you didn't select, or do you think it was fine?
Well, Kate, let's start off by saying, well, three things. Firstly, we are often in the media preoccupied by the method, and I think we've got to throw some attention onto the message. And the message from Just Stop Oil is that we want to keep fossil fuels in the ground. We want to just transition away from that source of energy and towards renewables. That message is not being heard through peaceful protests, so radical groups like Just Stop Oil will do more extreme things to get into the media. And our duty is to make sure that not just the method, but the message gets across. Secondly, to the Stones, a fantastic monument, one of my favourite places in the UK. I understand that the Stones have been adequately cleaned. Indeed, I watched loads of people there this morning joyously experiencing the solstice sunrise. And thirdly, it's thrown a lot of attention on rare species of lichen, fascinating organisms. And so for the first time, we've seen people concerned about them. And I hope a lot of people are enjoying an opportunity to think about their biology. I'd also like to point out this week that Just Stop Oil have targeted Stansted Airport, where private jets are still in use. And I've been targeting, peacefully, with no paint, Taylor Swift while she's been on tour in the UK, a very prominent user of private jets. And that is one thing that I think is extremely worthy to do. We've got to cut back on our emissions, and that means we all need to make changes. Me, you, and Taylor Swift.
How have you been targeting Taylor Swift? What are you doing specifically on that, Chris?
Well, I've asked her to think about the future of all of her young fans. Enormous capacity to communicate, a very powerful, intelligent young woman. She should be using that platform to lead, and certainly not behaving as a rock star of yesteryear, travelling around the world in private jets.
Click here for when a protester did a poo in Rishi's duck pond.